Hello, I'm Amy and today I'm going to be dyeing some yarn with these lovely fresh walnuts. The first thing I need to do is make the dye bath, and that's really simple. All you need to do is smash these up. I just put them in a bag and take a hammer to them and put them in a pot of water. Here are my prepared walnuts. They've been sitting in this water for a couple of days, that's why the water's so dark, but that's not really necessary if you don't have that sort of time. This stage, you just let them simmer in a pot of water for about an hour, then let the pot cool down completely before you strain off all the walnuts. Then you have your dye bath ready. This has been simmering for maybe about an hour and a half, 2 hours-ish. I lost track of time. And so now I'm just letting it cool. But look at that beautiful colour we've got. Yeah, I love that colour. So now we've just got to let it cool down completely so I can strain it. Then we can start dyeing our yarn. And now is a good time to pre-soak your yarn so it's ready to dye as soon as you've strained this lovely mixture. This is all cooled down now, so we need to strain off all the walnuts. So I do this, just get some muslin, put it in a sieve, and just, oh, look at that colour. Ooh, well, that's a lot. Just strain off as much of the liquid as possible. Wearing gloves because this stuff will stain your fingers. It'll stain everything. Okay, and just throw these away now. They've done their job. We don't need these anymore. I like to give this a second strain when putting it back into my pot, just to catch any last little pieces there may be. Okay. There we go. I think that's all the liquid we're going to get. Lovely. Okay. And now you can see this is our dye bath. Now we need to add our yarn. I'm using 100 grams of superwash merino, tussah silk and silver stellina. It's 4-ply, so I'm just going to add this slowly, making sure it's all, as much of the yarn gets covered as possible. I'm just going to add a tiny bit more water to this, just to give it a good, there we go, just so the yarn's got a lot of space to move around. And now I'm going to put this back on to simmer for about an hour, and we'll see how it looks then. This yarn has been simmering for about an hour, so I'm going to turn off the temperature, the heat, and let it cool down. There's still quite a bit of colour in there, but that's fine. Look at that pretty yarn. So we're going to let it cool down completely, and then we'll rinse it out and hang it up to dry. So my yarn is completely cooled down now. Now I need to squeeze off as much of this liquid as possible. This is a beautiful colour. Okay. Now you can see there's still quite a bit of colour left in this dye bath, so I'm going to save that for next time I go foraging. Now I'm just going to give this a rinse off to get out any excess colour that's in it. I'll just run this under cold water, and I can't see any colour coming out. Oh yeah, there we go. So I'm just going to keep rinsing this until the water runs clear, and then I'm going to hang it up to dry. And here is our finished yarn. It's a beautiful colour, and I'd say it's probably a tonal more than a solid. There are some patches like over here which are almost black, and then there are some other patches here which are a bit lighter, but all in all I think this is a beautiful skein of yarn that I've dyed. And you can see here the dark colour really brings out the sparkle in the stellina. For comparison, this one has also been dyed with walnuts, although this was dyed with about 6 to 8 walnuts, and whereas this was dyed with a whole bucket load of walnuts. And when I prepared the walnuts for this one, I left them in water for several days before I had a chance to do some dyeing, whereas with the walnuts for this one were only in water for a couple of hours. So you can see the different tones we can get, the beautiful tones just from walnuts. I love this method. I'm definitely going to be doing more walnut dyeing in the future. In fact, all the dye bath that I've got left has gone in the freezer for another time, and we've also picked another bucket load of walnuts which are also being prepared for dyeing with. So thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you have found it interesting and have learnt something about dyeing with walnuts.